Hello everyone! Welcome to Sew Aldo. On today's tutorial, I am going to show you how I made this simple cottagecore DIY dress. So if you want to see how, then keep on watching. This dress is super easy to make because I just gave this H&M dress a makeover and transform it into a unique and quirky cottagecore aesthetic dress. For this sewing project, you will need a good fitting dress. This one was purchased from H&M, and you will also need a fabric. In this case, I will be using a maxi skirt or wrap skirt that I also purchased from H&M. And mind you, the fabrics are coordinating, so it's gonna work really well together. If you don't want a mixed print dress, you can easily pick out the color from the dress and get a fabric that is going to match that color. So for example, you wanted a yellow for the ruffles, you can do that, or you can also use black. It's totally up to you. It's totally up to your taste. Also, you will need a fabric that are the same material. So for this dress, I will be using a viscose. So the fabric that I will be using for the ruffles is going to be a viscose fabric, so it's going to flow really nicely. I tried on the dress and I needed to add at least 10 inches ruffles on the bottom, and I decided to do a tiered ruffle detail. So I will be just cutting this maxi skirt or wrap skirt into a long strip of fabric so I can sew it into a tube and I can make the ruffles for the bottom of the dress. And I will be needing two strips of fabrics because I am going to do two tiers of ruffles. Now I am going to trim off the waistband because I won't be needing it. And since the material or the skirt is a wrap skirt, it's asymmetrical. So I tried my best to get a long strip of fabric. So I ended up doing 3 long strips of fabrics. Like I said earlier, I am going to do 2 tiers of ruffles. So I'm just going to cut some long strips of fabrics. And the first layer is going to be shorter than the bottom layer. You will see what I mean in a little bit. After that, I am going to sew the side seams of the fabrics. Right sides are facing each other. I also overlock the raw edges so it is nice and tidy. If you don't have an overlocker, you can easily use a zigzag stitch for this step. So this piece right here is going to be for the top layer. So I am going to cut it in half. The reason why I did it this way is because originally I was going to use a lining, but I realized I don't have enough fabric for the lining, so I'm just going to layer it. So therefore I will have to trim the first layer half so it will give me a tiered ruffled effect. So now I'm just going to cut it, making it about 5 or 4 inches long, and I will save it so I can use it as a self-tie belt later on. It's time to do a base stitch right along the top edge of the long strip of fabrics, and I will do it for the top and the bottom layer. Now it's time to gather the ruffles. I will be using the hemline of the dress as my guideline. I want it to match. I want it to be approximately the same width. I will repeat the same step on the short ruffles. I wanted to match the hemline of the dress as well. I'm super excited to wear this dress for fall just because I love wearing dark florals during fall time. After that, I will place the short ruffle on top of the long ruffle, and I'm going to pin it on the top edge, making sure that they are the same width. After that, I am going to sew the ruffles together, so when I sew it on the hemline of the dress, it's not going to be moving around. Make sure to check the fabric underneath the ruffle because you don't want it to bunch up. After that, I am going to place the hemline of the dress on the right side of the ruffle, as you can see here. You can sew it right sides of the fabrics are facing each other. Just be aware that it's going to create extra bulk on the seams. That's why, or on the hemline, that's why I decided to place it on top of the ruffles instead. And then I'm just going to pin it all the way around and then sew it all the way around. I decided to add some ruffles on the hemline of the sleeves. So I'm just measuring the sleeves and I am just going to cut a long strip of fabric. It's the same measurement of the sleeve hems, and I'm going to add about half an inch seam allowance. So I want the ruffle to be about 2 inches wide and 7 inches long. And this is when I made a mistake. I should have made it a little longer so I can actually gather the long strip of fabric for the sleeves, but I completely messed that up. So I still have the ruffles, but it's not as flowy as I would like it to be. Now I'm just going to fold it like so and sew the inseam. I'm just going to do a zigzag stitch right along the edge to prevent it from fraying. And I will place it inside the sleeves, matching the seams together, and then pin it all the way around and then sew it all the way around. It's time to make a self-tie belt. I basically just used the fabric that I cut off from the ruffle earlier. So I'm just going to fold it in half. Right sides of the fabrics are facing each other. And I'm just going to sew it and leaving the other end open so I can turn the fabric right side out. Then I gave it a good press and I fold in the end of the fabric, and then I am going to do a top stitch right along the edges of the belt so it will hold its shape. Now all what's left to do is finish the hemline. I haven't done it just because I want your input. Should I hem it or just leave it like this? Let me know in the comments down below, please. I understand that cottagecore style aesthetic is not for everyone. You can easily use this process on how to lengthen a short dress. So that is something you can consider. This is not just purely mixed prints. Use this as an inspiration to create your own unique and classy style. So that's it, you guys, and I hope you like this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give this DIY cottagecore dress tutorial a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, be in the know, and be notified so you won't miss out whenever I post a new sewing projects for beginners. I will see you soon. Bye!